The Sugar Daddy Murders, a case I'll never forget. I've seen a lot in my years on the force, but nothing quite like the case of Bill and Bunny. It started back in '99 Maryland. Bill was 51, a married man, boring job, dead marriage. But one night, he logs on to an adult site looking for a little excitement. That's when he finds her. Goes by the name Bunny469, former stripper, 33, trouble even through a screen. He messages her. She responds. And just like that, they're off to the races. Now, Bunny wasn't looking for love. She was looking for money. She wanted a sugar daddy. And Bill? He was more than willing to play the part. Phone bills, car payments, private school tuition for her kids, even breast implants. He covered it all. Over 18 months, he gave her nearly $500,000. And for what? Companionship. Not sex. Not romance. Just attention. Bill thought if he kept paying, she'd eventually give in. Spoiler, she didn't. But what she did give him was a sob story about her ex, a man we later called X. She and X were locked in a bitter custody battle, and Bill, smitten and desperate, decided to play hero. But this wasn't just digging up dirt online. Oh no. This was the year 2000. So Bill does it old school, drives from Maryland to Virginia, stakes out X's house, snaps photos, tails him like he's some kind of amateur PI. It gets worse. Months pass. The money keeps flowing. The stalking continues. And Bill? He's getting impatient, angry, obsessed, and then dangerous. He started pressuring Bunny hard, kept asking when he was finally going to get what he wanted. She kept saying no. So Bill came to a conclusion only a warped mind could make. Bunny must still be in love with her ex. And if X was out of the picture, maybe Bunny would finally see Bill as her savior. So Bill forms a plan, a deadly one. It was around 4 a.m. when it happened. He drove down to X's place in Virginia, knocked on the door. When X answered, Bill pulled a revolver and shot him dead. X's girlfriend, she heard the commotion, came to investigate. Bill beat her with the revolver, then shot her too. He fled the scene, thought he'd covered his tracks. But fate had other plans. That morning, a newspaper delivery woman, just doing her route, reported a suspicious man outside a house at 4 a.m., holding a flashlight. Said he looked out of place. Creepy. She also mentioned his pickup truck. We didn't know it yet, but she'd just witnessed the getaway. A few days later, we brought Bunny in for questioning. Given her connection to X and the custody battle, she was an obvious person of interest. But instead of stonewalling, she pointed her finger straight at Bill. That was our break. We drove out to Bill's house. His pickup truck was right there in the driveway, same make, same color as the one the newspaper woman described. We knocked. Bill answered. No lawyer, just nerves. He admitted to knowing Bunny, admitted to bankrolling her, but swore he had nothing to do with the murders. Of course, he was lying. The evidence stacked up. We got him talking, pulled phone records, tracked his movements. It all lined up. Eventually, the DA had enough to charge him. He went to trial, twice, actually. But the outcome was always the same, guilty on both counts. And in 2009, they gave him the chair. That case stuck with me, not just because of the violence, but because of how it started. A lonely man, a manipulative woman, and a fantasy that ended in bloodshed. We don't always get clean motives in this line of work. But this one, it was lust, obsession, and the illusion of love. And it cost two people their lives.